time you see a pile of dirt and pottery like this coming out of it, you're going to want to spend a little more time looking through it. Because it's dug up. You're not sure how deep they went. You're not sure what they actually dug up. So that could very well be some interesting stuff coming out of it. It's worth a look. Because you just don't know what's going to be there. Well, I managed to find my first little section where some bottles are coming out, but again, this is typical for this higher position. They're really not old. A strange little capsule that I'm going to pocket and see if I can pull out a couple more of those bottles as I get a little bit lower. I would estimate for every 6 inches I get down, that's another decade older. So I'm going to try and get down a little lower. Well, with an awful lot of digging, I was able to pull out first a little nail polish container. Obviously that was red, but look what's sitting right here. My first little marble. Oh, let me get in the screen. Funny how usually I'll only pull out one. It's got some good color to it, but I will most definitely do a little more scraping here to see if a few more were hanging out with him or her. I might have a little lipstick case. Not in great shape for sure, but interesting enough to clean up when I get home. So we'll pocket that. Alright, I figured I'd video the extraction of this one together. It's somewhere around 50s and 60s. I'm thinking it's a soda bottle. Looked interesting enough. Maybe not so much soda. I don't know what that is. At the bottom. Mazola. Could be Mazola oil. Strained oil bottle. Corn oil, maybe? Yeah, I think that's Mazola corn oil. Well, I was definitely ready to take off and finish up for the day. But I wanted to connect the dots here. I scooped there. I was going to finish across. And my third swipe, I have a really good feeling, just kicked up something awesome. I'm looking at a little porcelain swan figurine that might have been used kind of as a toothpick holder maybe, and was discarded, and as of right now I cannot tell if it's because it was cracked, broken, or they just developed some kind of hatred toward white swans. So I'm gonna love cleaning this bad boy up. I'm glad I stayed. Maybe there's a little chip there. I'm not sure. Stay tuned. Or tuned. Stay tuned. I'm doing just a little bit more investigating in this little washout area. And until I got to this little section, there was nothing here. But you can see for some reason, There are some bottles collecting in here. Now, initially, nothing looks that old. This is an interesting piece of copper prop. Oh, it is copper. Not sure what that would have been for. But it's interesting enough to throw in my pocket. See anything else? Kind of smells down here. Ugh. Now, as I was saying before, why you have to stop and stare down some of these big dirt piles that when you can get into construction companies dig up. Because I just pulled out of the side here an old, what I think might have been an ink bottle. But it's got, even though it's a twist off, it's got bubbles in it. And it appears it's got a hint of purple, so it could be manganese glass, which puts it to the early 1900s, like the 1920s. Sitting right there. Now, unfortunately, I can't spend hours metal detecting this pile, but there would possibly be coins in here and more bottles. You have to just figure that. So I'm going to scan around a little bit more and see if I can pull anything up. All right, it's a momentous occasion. Brother versus brother. Birthday trip out. Yeah. And I got my new phone. I'm wondering if this is coming out any clearer. We got a good tide coming. I wish the wind was a little bit more in our favor, but we're gonna take it. We're gonna do a little water hunting. We're gonna navigate through all of that water. Because although you can't see any structure underneath the water, there's a lot of structure, and there's a lot hiding in that structure. There's a lot of history out there. So we will basically go from here all the way through this. Oh, don't focus on my hand. We're gonna search everywhere. Well, we're grinding it out here, and we're not really pulling up anything. The effort I just had to make to pull out this silver merc, that was about a half hour of digging deep. Which tells us the artifacts are out here, but they are sitting really deep. That's too much time spent on one coin. Well, it's not unusual that one of these ore pegs will come out here. But these are on the older side, and I do have a nice little collection of them. They just come up as a phenomenal signal. Probably all brass. Well, it certainly wasn't a record-breaking day. Got some kind of badge here to the left. I'm not really sure what it is. We'll clean it up. And I thought I saw some writing on this little lead piece. Lunch break. Got an hour to walk around. I got a nice hour of cardio in, low intensity. I'm just walking. But hopefully on the way back, it'll be a little bit of strength training because I'll be carrying back 50 pounds worth of old bottles. maybe 50 pounds of concretion. Now we've had some pretty good tides here, but all this right now is dropped sand, got pushed up. I've tried to figure it all out, but sometimes the patterns just don't make sense. Look out. Oh God. Allen wrench score. Right off the bat. You saw it here first. Oh, what a day. Now I just love all this moss, whatever you want to call this stuff. I don't love so much that I'm constantly pulling fishing equipment out of here, but it helps. I used to find bottles and all this stuff. It's been a long time since I found any wedged bottles in here. Maybe today will be the day. Besides this. I'm guessing this might be an old oar. Look at the weathering on this thing. There's got to be a use for this. Indoor decor. Nautical Expo, here we go. What do you think? Maybe not an oar, that's kind of narrow. Well, I know one thing for sure. This was something. I had to toss my stuff up there because I'm seeing a little collection zone again. We're coming in with removing some of this fishing tackle, but wait till you see this boat part that I just saw. I found others of these, much smaller versions. Oh my God! What in the heck? What boat did this pop off of? The SF Minnow? Jeez Louise. I told you earlier I was going to have to lift something heavy out of here. That thing's got to be 40 pounds. Not that I couldn't handle it, but I'm not so sure how far that's going to go with me. That was a big rudder. Is that what it's called? Rudder? Not a boat guy. What else you got hiding in this little area? Now, if that can pop up, why can't some bottles get tossed up? What are you? Strange shotgun. Short nose. I don't know what that is. I'm making things up. Well, someone's getting too close to the Navy pier. Giving them a warning. It's not me. Well, I got all the perfect signs today. I mean, that is a killer lure. Look at this thing. I'm wondering how much that thing cost. But all the signs are here for a big bottle find. Except the bottle, of course. But we're not giving up. I know I'm running out of time. My boss is not going to be happy if I'm late. Look at that thing. This is a little bit on the rarer side to find here. Piece of blue willow. But always a good sign. Where is my old bottle for the day? Now, I just hunted that whole area and I didn't find one single bottle, and it was screaming bottles. Now I'm on a fast track back because I got to get back to work. I'm just a little curious about what this could be. It's got the color I like. I don't really see any. Are those bubbles in there? I'm gonna be really surprised if this is an old bottle and if it's intact. I'm not really feeling a lip on it, but oh my goodness, this thing's buried in there tight. Let me get my scooper out. I'm feeling a little, I think that's actually pretty big. I might have to dig around this thing. I didn't really see a neck on it, which I'm a little concerned about. But let's go ahead and see what's in there. I think that, oh, there it goes. What are you? And what? All right, it's got some age to it, no question. But what kind of lip do you have? Oh, are you kidding me? Where did you come from? No embossing. Are you out of your mind? It's a slick, but that is not a young bottle. I'm gonna say early 1900s. Interesting cap to it. I mean, it's very well made. I'm probably blown in a mold, but it's got nice color to it. And that may be the one bottle today. In great shape. I'm gonna say 1910 maybe. Do you have a sticker on you? A label? Huh. All right, son of a gun. All right, I can't argue that this thing isn't old enough. It's got some bubbles in there. But look at the color of this thing. And look at the shape of it. There's not a nick on it. It's a score and a half. Well, although it wasn't a great day, I still spend a little time searching on my walk back home, and she popped out. Nice little worn out glass stopper. Keep an eye on this my whole way back, just sitting there. Here's just a great example of the stopper on the left that's been bounced around the ocean for a long time and got frosted versus the one on the right that just pretty much came out clean. Just still sneaking around at the end of the week. And that's a milk glass that I just turned up. It's got a cool little, maybe a hexagonal shape. I'll take that home. All right, we're looking at another dirt hill here. And what caught my eye very quickly is, although that's not the most interesting thing in the world, once again, when you find a little pottery in a hill, the dirt could potentially have some age to it. So look closer. I think this is the way the video started off. And now that it's my last day, seems like I'm doing the same thing. See anything? Maybe up there. I'm a little confused about what I'm looking at here. I'm gonna go back to my chances. I'm a mathematical person. The chances that this little section is holding a bottle this old that I think it is intact is incredibly slim. here. But I do see some stuff growing inside of it, which means it's been here a while. And as I creep towards the neck, it appears so far like it's in some kind of shape. What is going on here? What is your top? I might feel a little crack up top. What the heck? What the hector? I'm pulling my glasses off to look at what appears to be, to me, oh my goodness, a very, very old bottle. I'm thinking old soda. Think of the Hopkins symbol, but there is some embossing there. I mean, I can't have everything right. It's an old soda. It is chipped on the lip. But for something up here, what does it say? Can't really read it because it's dark out. Oh, if this thing was only intact altogether. This has register. This has late 1800s written all over it. And just sitting here. That's what happens when they turn all this dirt over. Look at this. I don't believe it. Even if there's about a 6 to 8 inch tear out along the sidewalk, there's a strong chance you're going to see some porcelain insulators. I'm not really sure how new this one is. This may have just came off a recent one. I don't think these are still out there. But I'm going to research that one and bring it home. I think it was buried here.